A warm good morning to all on this special day of the International Conference on Business Transformation, the next normal happening at MacFirst. And it's happiness double, I know. I saw the news that MacFirst has been awarded A+ in the second cycle of NAC accreditation. Kudos and congrats to Team MacFirst. Okay, first things first, let me give you a quick introduction of what I'm going to share with you today. To best align with the conference theme, I'm going to touch base with three things. What does business transformation look like in this COVID-19 pandemic era? What can we expect as the next normal? And how can the education ecosystem prepare for the next normal? So to begin with, business transformation or any transformation in the digital world or physical world is represented mostly using the metaphor of caterpillar and butterfly. I'm also going to take the butterfly metamorphosis analogy, which is a staple in discussions on transformation. This analogy gives two impressions. The first one is a visible and dramatic change in the shape and features of caterpillars to the form and appearance of butterflies. And the second impression is that transformation is such a beautiful idea, like a butterfly flying in a garden. Just imagine that it's colorful, positive, hopeful, right? Now let's have a closer look at the butterfly. I mean, the transformation that many people talk about these days, especially after the onset of pandemic. Everyone is talking about it and everyone is claiming they are doing it. Literally every large company that I know has a digital transformation or organizational transformation program for them. Much has been said about what the new normal is and the ways of doing new ways of doing work. But when we look under the covers, mostly it's not a business transformation. It turns out to be a better caterpillar, not a butterfly. A better caterpillar, because transformation is used mostly interchangeably with another word, that is change, without knowing there are some fundamental differences between a change and a transformation. I would say all transformation requires businesses to change, but change itself need to be transformational. Change is a response to a stimulus. For instance, in response to a skill gap identified, which is very crucial in the talent market, a company may introduce a new learning and development initiative. In response to a change in the market, a company can change its go-to-market strategy. So change is situational just because of something happening in the business ecosystem. I'm going to explain this through the story of grocery delivery that started during the pandemic. Walmart, which you all know as the biggest multinational retail corporation in the US, Walmart's grocery delivery and curbside pickup took off literally overnight with the introduction of stay-at-home orders and as people avoided in-store shopping at the onset of pandemic. Before COVID, Walmart had big campaigns trying to convince people to feel comfortable with somebody else shopping groceries for them. And then suddenly, Walmart didn't have to drive awareness. All they needed to do was to capture the demand. This is totally an outside-in change, which happened as a response to a stimulus. Here, of course, the stay-at-home order during the pandemic. And we saw such a huge rise in online buying. Even our grandparents who never touched a mobile phone started using touchscreen phones to order blood pressure monitors from Amazon. And studies show there is an increase in the number of orders from customers aged above 60 years of age. Orders for pantry food, veggies, fruits, clothing, accessories, everything. I'm not stating that these two are related. When I said some studies show, please don't misunderstand me. The other day, I heard a research joke that some research findings go like this. See, during summer, there is an increase in the number of people eating popsicles. First finding. Another finding, during summer, there is an increase in the number of people jumping into lakes. So the major finding goes like this. There is a strong positive correlation between popsicles and jumping into lakes. What I'm saying is my point is not to prove buying blood pressure monitors and groceries are related. My point is that there are many changes which we saw and we are still seeing that is a result of the onset of pandemic. And still, every change is not a transformation. Deploying digital technology across the business to do what a company has always done, just to do it in more numbers or cheaper or faster, that's a better caterpillar, not a butterfly. Better caterpillar is a state of crisis management, not a state of being adaptive to the future. Better caterpillar is reactive to what happened, not proactive to get ready for what comes next. Then you will ask me, okay, then where are the butterflies? What does actual business transformation look like? I would say business transformation begins by comparing the present with the future and analyzing where a business stands and its survival chances in future. Business transformation helps adjust to the demand of the consumer market. Business transformation requires foresight and strong decision-making skills. It surely requires change management to enable it, but business transformation is not just change management. Staying close to the future helps organizations keep up with the dynamics of the consumer market. Looking ahead helps staying ahead of the competition as well, right? Business transformation, so it's not just about, it's like modifying the purpose and belief of a business system so that now even natural actions achieve desired results. The funny part is that in business discussions, it's always debatable whether a change is a business transformation or not. If I say an example of a business transformation, another person can argue, no, it's not. It's just a minor shift in their business process. So to avoid that confusion, I would say transformation is always future focused, not a one-time, one-season matter. I'm so happy that the theme of this conference is complete in itself. I'm happy about whoever suggested the title Business Transformation, and then by pointing to the future, adding the next normal. Actually, business transformation is a journey, it's not a project. Many pandemic-related business changes endure for longer time. It may exist even after the end of pandemic, who knows? Walmart trucks come to my apartment every week 2 times to deliver groceries even now. There is no stay-at-home order. Walmart shops are open, but people like me, sometimes busy, sometimes lazy, sometimes too tired, and many others who are sick, disabled, old, and others who are having no or less convenience options. They find it amazing when somebody is shopping and bringing grocery to the doorstep. So now it's not just Walmart delivering their own groceries. There were vibrant and strong collaboration and partnerships for Walmart, like with DoorDash and Instacart. The business transformation story of grocery delivery continues with another market player called Cornershop, a Latin American service delivery startup partnering with Walmart. Through the Cornershop app and website, users can order groceries for delivery. Cornershop's trained shoppers then go to the participating Walmart stores to pick out quality groceries. They will call every customer at the end of each shop, and customers can approve any replacements or request another item to be added to their shopping cart. Cornershop has a high availability for on-demand time slots, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. When I wanted to order something very quickly, when I get a call from my friends that they are coming home in a few hours, yeah, Cornershop. Long story short, last year, Uber reached a deal to become the sole owner of the delivery startup Cornershop, and now Cornershop, as a wholly owned subsidiary, Uber can beef up its grocery delivery options. The service that just started becoming popular during pandemic, right? These grocery delivery experiments, as Uber calls them, have taken place in Uber Eats and includes more than 9,500 merchants across 30 countries. 30 countries with reported 176% increase in grocery orders since the corner shop integration. See where the story has reached. I started with the grocery delivery story with Walmart, and now I'm ending the story with Uber. So the moral of the story is business transformation is not a one-man show anymore. It's a journey where many butterflies fly in the garden and bring in a butterfly effect in business models, systems, and processes. The butterfly effect rests on the notion that the world is deeply interconnected, such that like even one small occurrence can influence such like in a larger complex system, some kind of change, some kind of transformation, some kind of effect. By developing a clear understanding of the motivating force behind the transformation, companies work across processes, people, and technology. A multidisciplinary team of industry specialists in operations, supply chain, finance, human resources, and technology work across all aspects of an organization. And the same happens at the same time in multiple organizations across the globe. And it leads to new benchmarks and new metrics of business success, new business models to gain competitive advantage. So what can be the next normal? Very briefly, I would say there will be a more connected business reality than ever before. And the mutual dependence, as in the butterfly effect, within the ecosystem of connected processes, business activities, and human interactions, that will be the new normal. For sure, we will see many organizations traveling in the same bus as part of the same business transformation journey. When there is so much interconnectedness and relationship and working closely together, the mode of competition and competitive advantage itself will be different in the new normal. There will be dancing of colors of war and peace at the same time within the same business verticals. Acknowledging Simon Sinek and taking his words from his very famous TED Talk, I would say that competitive advantage is for those who focus on their why, the question WHY. Many companies talk about what they sell and how they sell. Business transformations should be rooted at the why they sell. Only those who are ready to transform by keeping in mind the why of their transformation, those companies who are thoughtful of the very purpose of their existence, they will survive. They will thrive and survive. That's what I mean to say. So coming to the last part of my talk today, how can the education ecosystem prepare for the next normal? Every transformation happens through people. The educators and the students and other stakeholders of higher education system can stay happy and hopeful because there is a huge demand for experts in all business functions and majors students get specialized in. I would say there is demand for those who drive increased operational performance through process excellence, those who are good at harnessing the power of information and systems, those who think strategically to deliver additional value from supply chain, those who can manage talent to create an agile workforce, those who can drive the human buying behavior, those who can manage an organization's money through high-level planning and proper execution. So some of you who are in the room may be thinking, yeah, I know there is a demand, but I'm not ready yet. I'm not prepared enough. I'm good at writing university exams, but I'm not sure about my employability skills. Or maybe thinking, I'm good at following instructions, but I'm not ready to lead a team and build strategies for success. Maybe I'm not capable enough to face challenges and take decisions. And for sure, I know there are some others now telling, wait a minute, ma'am, I didn't actually understand what this complicated business transformation thingy you were blabbering about. And that's okay. These thoughts came to my mind many times when I was a business student, researcher, and educator, and it pops up even now when I plan and strategize every new project in my company. The teachers, HODs, and senior leadership teams in business schools always feel anxious about how can you give the best to those students who come to do a master's and postgraduate program with the hope to succeed in their profession, getting ready for their career and their life. There can be thoughts of doubts, fear, and inadequacy feelings. And many times these thoughts are fake. Psychologists call it imposter syndrome, which involves feelings of self-doubt and personal incompetence that persist even though you have education, experience, and accomplishments. I don't want to bring in any North American psychological terms. It's weird. Every feeling has a label here. So let's leave imposter syndrome. Coming back to preparation for the next normal. The baseline is to build confidence and trust in your own ability and capability as an MBA graduate. Confidence comes through repetitive actions, experimenting, strategy building, practicing, and succeeding. For instance, I never played football. Watching FIFA World Cup never builds my confidence as a football player. I should start playing. I should learn strategies and moves to win. I should repeat that multiple times. There may be mistakes and failures. It's okay. In the business transformation context, my suggestion is to start your own journey of making decisions, strategies through simulations. How can I do that? That may be your question now. Elon Musk owned Twitter and now firing Twitter employees out for a cultural reset of the company, he says. That's in quote. Can you imagine yourself as a business leader taking decision for a business transformation like a cultural reset of the company? What will you do? Is mass layoff a good strategy, like what's happening now? If not, how do you face an already predicted economic recession starting in 2023? Can you imagine yourself as a leader who owns not only Twitter as a social media, but a mountain of data about users and their followers? What will you do with the data? What kind of business transformation is possible with that data? Have healthy questions about everything happening around you. Jot down your ideas or notes. Bring in a structure to your thoughts. Make a video or prepare a playbook or digital journal. By the end of your program, I mean, in the second year or the last semester, you will have a nice collection which you can curate and build as your personal website or portfolio, which is an already proven personal branding idea. This preparation certainly helps you to ace your job interview and will give you the confidence to apply for leadership and consultant roles that require complex problem solving, decision making, or strategic vision as core skills. I don't want to give you any big things here. It's just a small baby step, which you yourself can start. Envision yourself as a leader and build confidence in you. That's it. Okay, going to be confident. What else can I do? I would say be open to unconventional ways of learning. Don't follow the crowd. Many methods of traditional learning are already obsolete. It's not helpful to prepare for the next normal. I'll share my own experience. Like when schools closed during the pandemic in 2020, I was in panic about my 7-year-old son. His name is Johan. So Johan was sitting at home playing Minecraft all day long. The teacher in me wake up one fine morning and planned to give my son home tutoring, homeschooling by myself. So this was my idea, giving him one page to read from a book, learn 5 new words from that page. I didn't mind that page has new 5 words or not. I am the teacher. I told 5, so it's his responsibility to find 5. Write those 5 words 10 times each in a book. After every 2 minutes of writing this down 10 times, no, he says, boring. I insisted him to be motivated and engaged and curious to learn new things and this and that and everything I know, I can tell a student. My poor boy had no other choice. He wrote and wrote and wrote and no more pages in the book. This was that season of the pandemic when, like, we can go to shops, but we cannot be there everywhere in the shop. I worried about losing track of Johann's excellence in writing, which is slowly building up. So I went to a show, and there I found yellow tape around all school supplies, which means I'm not allowed to go near and take any of those stuff. It will not be billed at the billing counter. I went to another shop, again, the yellow tape. It was that pre-vaccine era, and I was not confident to buy a book online. I bought groceries online. That's okay. I can wash my vegetables and pulses, but I cannot wash the book. So after visiting one more shop where I found the yellow page around books and pencils and all those study materials, for me, it was first shocking. It was really shocking. And later, an eye-opening revelation that all these years in my life, right from kindergarten to PhD, I was spending time, energy, my parents' money on something that is non-essential. Only essential goods can be purchased from the shop at that time. Pandemic gave me that lesson. And when Johann's school reopened with online classes, I found him writing long essays on Google Doc using voice typing, wonderfully threading ideas together with suitable words using the dictionary feature of Google. So I was trying to put my son, who is a bird who likes to fly in the sky, in a fishbowl with the misconception that he is a fish. He's not. He's a curious learner, but not interested in developing his writing skill with 5 words, 10 times each, every day in a book. He's certainly interested in exploring all different features in his device that help him submit the best assignment his teacher gives him. I didn't know that. When I look back as a teacher, I did this in my classroom as well. I insisted my students have justified text in their project, in their project report, when it's no longer a best practice or a requirement in a global education setting. The web pages, corporate research reports, business blogs, articles, all follow left alignment in the digital world. Maybe it's a simple thing, but when I prioritize what I prepare my students for their future, I realize I need to rethink. To all students who are listening to me in the room, when your teachers tell you to do something, please don't tell them the story of my son, the bird and the fish. It's my story. No copyrights allowed. Follow your teacher's instructions and do what they tell you to do. You are in safe hands. Their expertise will help you groom as a professional. Their blessings will follow you all through your life, I'm sure. What I'm telling is, in preparing future entrepreneurs and business leaders, the traditional ways of learning, it gives you the base, a strong foundation, but you need to build on that foundation. Try and experiment with new ways of getting knowledge. You already know that data is the king of digital jungle. Data drives the next moves in business transformation. Just think about micro-learning programs that helps you upskill in data analytics. Just learn some tools. Another thing you can do is build your network through professional social media like LinkedIn. Ask somebody already in a position or a profile you dream to become in future. Just ask them for a few minutes to have a virtual meeting with you. Hear from them about their professional journey. You may get an idea for the next step in your own journey. Learning happens not only in classrooms. Actually, Gen Z is a generation who has the luxury of using technology to connect with everyone and anyone from North Pole to South Pole, who has access to the never-ending pockets of resources. Utilize the data, the connections, and the resources to prepare and be the leaders who decide what is the next chapter in business transformation, not only in India, but across the globe. Be the leaders who define what the next normal is. Thank you all.